Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I've actually sat down and done a sit down talk video. Within the last 6 months, things have gotten crazy. We've moved into a new place. We were renovating the hardwood flooring, painting, building furniture, and all the sorts that happen in between a move. So for the sit down video, I am so happy and pleased to be doing another partnership video with Linjer. And for y'all that don't know, Linjer is a female founded brand, and from my 1.5 years of use of their jewelry, I love that they do a different type of gold plating, and they do a thick layer of 22K gold. So a lot of jewelry that I have personally experienced from buying myself or from other brands is that they feel very flash plated, meaning the more you wear it in the shower and the more you just wear it while sweating, swimming, whatever, the gold eventually starts to wear away. But from what I've seen with Linjer's jewelry, from a 1.5 years, once again, I've been wearing their jewelry for a long time, the gold has still held up from the first day I got it. The gold is so deep and the gold is so rich. So that aside, let's get into actually talking about the jewelry pieces and some of the pieces that I'm sporting right now. So first and foremost, I have to start off with my girly Keshi. This is the Keshi pearl earring. And I actually wore these exact earrings on my wedding day. I did not wear any other earring in my ear besides this earring. What I particularly like about this one too is that it kind of has a little bit of like ruggedness, and you'll know what I mean when you look at the close-ups. I think everybody that compliments this pair of earrings is always like, that is such a unique earring. And it's so unique because you don't see this kind of style very often. I love the size of this earring, and I love that it's crushed. I love that the gold hoop that it lies on is also crushed too. Such a big earring like this, you might think for those girlies that are a little bit more sensitive earrings or can't hold a lot of weight in the earrings, because I definitely personally can speak on behalf of that. I have some earrings that are super heavy and they drag on my earlobe and can only be worn for like a couple hours max. I don't even remember that these earrings are in because they're like the perfect heftiness. They're the perfect weight, not too heavy, but also not too light. The way it lays is just so beautiful and just so perfect. I love these girls. The next thing that I want to talk about is the tennis bracelet. So I've always seen these online, these like half chain, half diamond bracelets, but I've never bought the bullet in actually getting one because to me it just seemed a little bit too elegant. I'm a little bit more rugged, like I'm a climber, I'm a woodworker, I do a lot of things with my hands, and so naturally I think I kind of stray away from a lot of really dainty and really beautiful looking jewelry, which is why I kind of lean more into getting the crushed pearl. Fits my vibe. But something about this chain bracelet is kind of like the best of both worlds. Like, you can wear it on just the full chain side with the full chain facing front, and of course this looks super elegant. This looks like you can wear it with any fancy gown, but then you can also change it to the chain side, and this chain side can honestly go with anything. It can go with your day-to-day outfits. And then, of course, if you want to spice it up, you can wear it in the middle, and that's kind of the best of both worlds. So I find myself actually gravitating towards this piece because it is a little bit more interesting than just a plain gold chain, a plain Figaro chain, or a herringbone chain. I do find that it has more visual interest. And in terms of like just the wear of it, I love that this piece particularly doesn't flip on itself a lot. Sometimes I feel like when jewelry bands are a little bit too loose, I feel like they can be like flopping all over my arm, but I love that this one particularly stays flat. The chain on my wrist perfectly fits, and that is probably because I have a thicker wrist. Naturally, climbers have thicker forearms, so this actually fits me almost perfectly. If you had even a thicker wrist, you can always get like a chain extender, but I think due to the fact that it sits perfectly, that's why it doesn't flip on itself, and it just sits really nicely, and I barely have to worry about it flopping around. Sometimes when you wear bracelets that are way too thick or have gotten really stretched, do you ever wonder, or do you ever worry that like if you fling your arm really hard, it might just like completely fly off your wrist? Is that a concern for anybody else? At the end of the day, I always like jewelry feeling like it's part of my body, and I don't like to think about it. So the fact that this kind of just stays put is really nice. And the last two jewelry pieces that I'm going to talk about are on my index finger here. When I've seen it styled on their website, I always see the Moonstone Ring, which is the one at the top, kind of worn independently. But once again, I'm all about somebody that like, I like to bring like visual interest, especially to my jewelry, because I would say on a day-to-day, outfits are pretty plain, pretty neutral, pretty kind of like capsule wardrobe. So when it comes to jewelry, I really like to do anything to my jewelry to make it spice it up. I got the braid ring and the Moonstone ring unintentionally, not like trying to stack it together. But upon wearing it together, I can't unsee it now. It's something so visually interesting about both having them stacked. It's so nice. But of course, if you wanted to wear it by itself too, like the braid is kind of just a nice layering or stacking piece. I sometimes like wearing it on my ring finger hand, on my middle finger. And once again, I feel like that something about like layering rings or stacking them together makes it look very visually interesting. You could always wear the Moonstone ring just by itself as well. I kind of like that it matches my engagement band too. And I remember the first time I was wearing these rings, when I got the rings, I was seeing my mom, and the first thing she said to me when she saw me that day was, wow, those are really beautiful rings. And I just thought that was cool because my mom's not one to sometimes notice things like small details on myself, but she definitely noticed this ring almost straight out the gate. And the last thing I want to talk about is their cutesy little travel case. How darling does this look? So it comes with a gold zipper, and it can probably store up to like 3 to 5 rings. You can put your necklaces or earrings on this side, and then it has a Linjer logo at the top. But once again, this is just very emblematic of the rest of their jewelry and just their brand in general. Like the quality in everything is good. Like sometimes, you know, brands throw in these like kind of $10 grabs because if you want to get free shipping or something. And so when I got this, I was thinking like, oh no, I genuinely need something to travel with, because I feel like the jewelry bags that I take is not secure enough and durable enough, especially if it's going to be just like thrown in a big carry-on suitcase or something like that. So I was looking for a nice travel case that was also not too bulky. So I think this is kind of the perfect thing that I came across. And once again, the quality is not just some cheapo $10 grab. It is actually very, very good quality. So I'm thrilled to bring this on my upcoming honeymoon. This is definitely going to get a lot of use, and I will feel very comfortable knowing my jewelry is nicely tucked away in this little home away from home. And so some closing thoughts. I think as you are perusing through Linjer's site, you'll notice this kind of like ethereal, almost like angelic. And I feel like their jewelry can be worn in many use cases, whether you're going to Santorini, Greece, or Mexico City on travel, or whether you're just going into the office and want something to spruce up your career wear look. Or honestly, if you're like me and you work from home, I just like putting these earrings on because it makes me feel a little bit more put together. So I hope you got something out of this video and feel more certain going with a brand like Linjer, which really upholds quality and really cares about fine details. And thank you so much to Linjer for partnering with me on this video. It was such a blast to make. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!